boys and girls. Hey, we're back in repair layer, and look what's up on the bench. This is the L600, which we haven't done anything to in 3 weeks. My life's been kind of hectic lately, so sooner or later I'll share with you why. But now we're back to this, and we're gonna show you now. Today, what I'm going to do is for part 3. Now, so far on my radio, we've been extremely lucky, extremely fortunate that this thing is actually in very, very, very good condition. We're not going to change the selenium rectifier. I explained in part 2 how to do that. I've received 3 emails from different viewers that are asking me, how do I install dial strings? Because apparently on their radio, their dial strings are broken. So how do I do dial strings on not just the Trans-Oceanic, but any radio? These radios have 2 dial strings. It doesn't matter if you have a L600, all the 600 series radios have the same configuration. The G500 and the H500 is just slightly different in respect that it just has a second wheel in the middle. And they're actually a little bit easier to do. So in this case, this one's in good shape. All we got to do is some just cleaning and lubrication. I'll show you what you have to do with that. But I'll also take a scrap chassis, and we'll actually do the work on that, and I'll show you how to install it if you've never done it before. So first of all, let's get started with this one. We'll kind of tune this one up, and then we'll go get to the restringing. All right, boys and girls. Now, what I want to do is I want to take the I'm going to take this dial off here. Now, to do that, since this one's working, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take the tuner and bring it all the way down to the left as far as it'll go. I can even turn this a little bit like that. Okay, and then next thing you want to do is you can get a 1/4 inch nut driver. Okay, and like I have here, I got a little screwdriver doohickey here. And I'm going to take off, there's a screw here, one here, one here, one here, and don't forget, have some sort of a container to put your screws in. I'm just having to use empty breakstones cottage cheese, but you can do anything you want. Alright, so now let's start by taking it. So I like to take the top 2 off first. So let's do that. And a few turns and it should just come off, like so. Okay. That one's easy. Now when you take this one off up here, there's a small spacer behind the screw. So it'll probably just fall down, but you want to save that when it comes off. Okay, now the spacer probably fell down behind here. Okay, but it'll come out when I take the rest of this off. Now we can take the 2 bottom ones off. And it's a good idea just to do this anyway, because I'd like to clean both halves of the dial. This one's kind of dusty, so it's been around for 60 or so years. Okay, now I've got these off. Okay, I got all my screws in the cup. Now I'll just start pulling this off. Okay, so I got the dial out first. Okay, you can just see how dirty it is. It's just but we're going to clean that up before we put that on there. Okay, and now this is what you have left. And it looks like somebody sprayed something in here at one time. You see the little stain? But we could clean that up. Alright, so now we'll just take this off. We got to slide off the shafts. Whoop, and I don't know if you saw that. I don't know where. Up here it is, right here. Here's the little spacer I was telling you about. Let me put it on here, and then you can see it. I don't know if you can see that right. And get my skewer pointer. There it is, right there. Okay, so you gotta make sure you save that. Okay, because that's got to go back on there as extra spacer. All right. So now we'll just put that out of the way. And now you can see literally the 2 tuning strings. Okay. Now there's a tuning string that conventionally goes down here, and you can turn it and adjust here. All right. But then also notice too, there's a real long one that goes around this wheel, goes up, and I'm going to flip this over so you can see. Okay. actually connects. Here, let me see if I can get a good shot of that. There we go. Now you can see it. And as you can see, it's actually passing through these little wheels here, going across. There's another little wheel here that the light's not so good. Maybe we can get the light down so you can see it better. There's one here, the string goes down around here. Now these posts have little wheels on them, okay? So what I'm going to do for this is I want to take, here, let me get my tools, we'll come right back. Okay, so what I want to do is for those 3 little pins with the rollers on them, what I'm going to do is just take some penetrating oil, whatever happens to be the penetrating thin oil of your choice. There's, you know, good old 3-in-1. First time I heard 3-in-1 oil, I was watching a Little Rascals video. They were teaching math. Mrs. Crabtree, remember that? She asked somebody, what's 2-in-1? And they replied, shoe polish. Well, what's 3-in-1? That's oil. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I've actually pushed this down a little bit. Now I'm going to take this, I've put some oil on the tip. And just kind of work this around a little bit. Now, could I just put a, you know, easily put a drop on there? Yeah, I could have probably just dropped some oil on it, but I don't want the oil to get on the string. As the oil gets on the string, it's going to get a little messy. So now I'm going to do this one. And you just do that to all 3 of these. Okay. Here, this one's getting kind of dirty, so let me freshen up a little bit. There we go. Put a little oil on that. And then for the last one over here, we'll do the same over here. Okay, and that should take care of that. Now there's a couple other moving parts we got to get. Okay, I like to put a little bit of oil on that center roller here. Just dab it with a wet Q-tip like I've got here. Okay, that'll help that. Then also, got the bread slicer all the way compressed by bringing it over to the left. That's one of the reasons why I did that. There's a set of bearings in here. And just wipe some oil on that. I should actually change Q-tips. This is getting kind of dirty. I'll just help everything move a little bit better. And last but not least, we've got a little bit here. You could actually just put a little dab on that, just like I did there. And now you just take this, spin around, work it back and forth a few times. If you wanted to, you can even put some, see where the dial pointer's got to go. It's actually sliding across this piece of metal. You can even take a little bit, very lightly, not a lot. You can either put some oil up here, or you can even polish this metal if you want, but then you'd have to put some very light grease on here. I think they used a little grease from the factory in Zenith. I've seen some of these people try to put a whole bunch of grease on there. And just I'm bringing this back and forth, it's actually feeling a little bit better as you tune it. And that'll help out too once you get the plate back on and you're tuning the radio. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean the plate with some, the dial plate with some soap and water and install it back on this radio. And just in the reverse order, we'll put this back all the way to the left. And that's a done deal. Now we'll get a parts radio and show you how to do the actual stringing.